So this first question over here, we got the question C. Deriving this function, remember when we have ln of f of x and we derive it, we take the derivative and we divide it by the original function. The derivative of that's going to be 2 over 2x plus 1. For question F, this is the same as ln x minus 3 to the half. So when we derive this function, it's going to end up as the derivative of this function, which is going to be, obviously now, a half is going to go in front, and then we're going to subtract 1 from that. I could do that separately on the side. So let's say I got f of x is equal to x minus 3 half. Deriving that function separately, I got half x minus 3 minus a half using power rule, normal power rule. All right, and then from there, I could then utilize 1 over 2 x minus 3 to the half in the denominator. And that would be the derivative, which would actually go to the top, divided by the original function, which is that, which ends up as the following. So I've got to put this at the bottom, and I've got to put this at the top, which means that once I divide them, this will end up at the bottom, leaving me with 1 over 2 x minus 3. Half plus half becomes 1. Okay. So that's how we would do that the long way. The short way for this would be this. Use the power rule of logs. Power rule of logs basically states that if you have a power, just move it to the front. It becomes half, and then you'll be left with ln x minus 3. Alright, so we're rewriting it using the power rule, right, and then deriving it after that. Alright, so then we derive that function over there. And that's going to become half taken out of the derivative multiplied by 1 over x minus 3, which would be 1 over 2 x minus 6 actually, once we multiply it. Okay, for I, derivative of 5x is 5, and then applying the same rule, but now we can use if you distribute the quotient rule, using the quotient rule, ln 2 minus ln 1 minus 2x, and it becomes 5 plus that. Well, I've already derived the 5x, right? So if I keep 5x there, let's say, and then I derive it into this line, this will be 5. The derivative of ln 2 is a number, so it's going to become 0, right, if I remove the bracket, and then minus the derivative of this is going to be 1 over 1 minus 2x, multiplied by the derivative of the inside, which is negative 2. So that'll become 5 plus, and negative times the negative is positive, so it'll be 2 plus 2 over 1 minus 2x. Okay. I could then find a common denominator, multiply this by 5, 5 minus 10x plus 2 over 1 minus 2x. It'll become 7 minus 10x over 1 minus 2x. We could rewrite it like that if we wanted to. Alright, remember the most complicated part here would be this part here when we derive that. And we take the bracket into the denominator, and we multiply it by the derivative of that, which is negative 2. And that becomes positive 2 over 1 minus 2x. Like that. Okay, let's have a look at L, if I can put it in here. I'm going to use this rule where I got f of x equals 5x plus ln x. Then I'm going to derive this. It's going to become 5 plus 1 over x. Now I'm going to just substitute it in there. So I'm going to have 5 plus, well, I can probably simplify the second part. So let's do that. 5x plus 1 over x. And now I'm going to divide that. So f dash divided by f implies that, which is 5x plus 1 divided by x divided by my original function of f, which is 5x plus ln x. And then multiplying out a, we end up with 5x plus 1 over x multiplied by 5x plus ln x. And that's going to be the function f of x we're dividing at the bottom, and then the derivative is at the top there. So that looks like we can't really simplify it any further than that, can we? Can we take out x or anything else? We have to have the original function in there as well. We can't distribute it, there's no product rule or anything like that. So this looks correct. Have I done this all in perfect order? I have taken this function and I put 1 over it. This stuff there, and I've multiplied it by the derivative, which is over there. And this is just a simplified form of that. Okay, and that would be those three examples over there. So we've got the first answer there, second answer there, third answer there, and fourth answer there. This answer has simplified from there, and this one also simplified from there.